All right, guys, up in the top left side of the map, we've got Hero for T1 going for an early 13 pylon on the natural because he wants to try and block his opponent's base. What is this pylon placement? Can a Stalker even squeeze through there? This is the fuggliest choke point I've seen in a while from Hero. And Shin goes for the expansion before he even gets there. He goes for the hatchery before Overlord and denies Hero's block. Oh my lord. This is, of course, guys, a best-of-3 KSL semi-finals here. Beyond, I believe, is waiting in the finals for the winner of this match, so we'll see who can get through. Hero, of course, the favorite, but Shin, always a nasty man with some good timing attacks in this matchup. Willing to commit everything. But a lot of it does come down to getting a good start. So far, a good start for him. I really wonder if a Stalker can move through this, because it's really hard on these corners to tell, like, what the thing is. Like, if you can get a Stalker through there, it's fine. If you can't and he full walls this, it's going to be really awkward. Probes and Zerglings can definitely move through there. Adepts probably can as well, but Stalkers are chunkier. So I don't think, I think a Ravager would definitely struggle to get through there. Stalker also is kind of like, I don't know, pretty good chance it won't. Cybercore's there. Is there an opening on that side as well? I think there is. So I think he has to do the second pylon there. And I guess later on he can build a gateway here and create a slightly better choke point at the front. But, oh, Hero's walls. Always something that, as a player who does like to have their wall off as a nice bit of insurance, it's fascinating that Hero just so regularly plays this matchup without the defensive insurance of a solid wall off. Even when he builds the wall well, he doesn't leave a unit in it. We'll see what happens. He's going to steal a few minerals there, get out of there. He knows the Lings are going to pop out in a few moments. He's got pretty standard follow-up. Now, do we chrono the Adept is always the question for me. The answer is no, not in this game. So he's going to chrono his probes here. Gets a pretty quick Stargate up. And we'll rally down to this natural. Now, no chronoed Adepts means you can have quite a few probes earlier, but less chances to slow down the Zerg. But if the Zerg delays Ling speed, which he does delay it just a few seconds here, not massively. If he delayed Zergling production, that would have been good as well. He somehow missed the probe. Now he finally catches it. Shin's like, where are you, bro? Stalker comes out after the Adept, wants to use that to clear the Overlord. Very relaxed opening for Hero. The Stalker tells you, though, that he will go Oracle, not Void Ray. Drone gets a hit in there. And probe goes down. Not sure why he committed so long to blocking there. If you don't chrono the Adept, you're never going to get there before that goes down, especially once he saw 4 Zerglings. I think this is just classic Hero trying to get a little bit of damage and annoy his opponent in a very low value and unnecessary situation. For anyone that's not Hero, I'd say it's a terrible move. For Hero, it's in his nature to try and annoy his opponent at every moment. So I never really look at it and go, oh, what a silly move. Why is he doing this? Because, like, yeah, if you're a player who relies on efficiency and doing your build perfectly lining up, sure. But, I mean, look at Hero's wall off. You tell me this is a normal player. Come on. Looks like the Adept can squeeze pretty well there. We haven't seen... The Stalker popped on the outside, though, so we haven't seen it try to go on the inside. Might not really matter either way. With how quick third base comes up these days, getting Stalkers in the main might not be that important. And now the moment of truth. Hey, okay. Yeah, he's done this before. Overlord should go down to 2 more shots. And nicely done. Oracle building, second gateway coming up in the main. 4 queens are out, 5th on the way. Spore Crawler's just started building in the natural. Main one's already up. Shin's up 3 workers. He's done pretty well. But now the moment of truth. Because 3 queens does not kill 2 oracles very quickly. He should lose 4 workers. Hero doesn't want to lose an oracle. I'm so good at StarCraft, guys. Look at me knowing 4 drones would go down. I think just that mineral line's a bit too exposed. If the queens were behind the minerals, probably only gets 2. Or if he wants 3 or 4, he actually has to lose an oracle, which is not worth it. Still looking for more. Gets himself another drone. Forces the Roach Warren down in a bit of a weird spot. Lair, Roach Warren, extra gas. This looks to me like the sort of setup where you could do the queen drop attack. The problem is on this map, it's so easy for Protoss to defend here. Defend the natural and the third from the same position. Gracias, Herman. Oh, sorry, guys. Let me... I've been learning Spanish. Let me translate. Dave saying... Gracious Gracious Hermit. Why are you sowing discord here? Oh, so he's got a problem with Enki, and he's just trying to tell Enki to stop causing drama, guys. If you guys need any more Spanish translations, just remember, hit me up, guys. We do coaching service on that as well. Same rate as my StarCraft coaching, but with less guarantees of you speaking actual Spanish words. Stalker's warping in as well. Evo Chamber's about to finish. Oh, +1 melee. Dude, I was wondering recently if Ravager Ling Bane is going to make a comeback. We did see actually pure Ravager Ling, no Banelings from Cham recently, where he was doing a kind of 3-gas, 4-base mass, just 3 mineral lines, 4 hatcheries. He was really committing. Dude, why are these queens running away? Let the Adept get a bit more damage than he should have, but at least he pushes the Oracle away. It was a weird style. Cham was trying it against Hero the other day in Pigstarcraft. And the games were interesting. Obviously, Hero is like a way higher level player than Cham, so it's not, you know, Hero did pretty well against it, but there was some promise to it. This is 5 gas though, so this is more of a standard Ravager Ling Bane, very old school, very old school. A few more gateways coming up as well. A few more gases coming in. Shield battery goes up in the natural. He's reinforced his wall off a little bit here with the gateway on that side. Banes could still crash through with her and get straight into that base. Lots of Stalkers on the front. 17 Roaches with Roach speed. It's actually building a lot more drones as Shin. Shin runs forward with mass Roaches with Roach speed. Tries to get in. Hero, for once, actually has units in position in the wall on the hold position, on hold position as well. Whenever I'm talking all day on these casting days, I'm always like, my words start to just, my tongue starts to trip over itself the longer I go. Trying to talk a bit too fast. Big tumors do get sniped. Nice moves. Templar Archives is there. Robo as well. Okay, what's really interesting here now is where does Shin go? Because surely he has to just go attack. He's not making another upgrade. This is a macro hatch. That's just for more unit production. But he's building 5 more drones. Oh, you know what? Oh, because it's so easy to beat this if you just make Psystorm and just defend. But he's playing Hero. Hero recently has been refusing to make Psystorm. So Shin's just trying to, and he'll always attack into you even when it's the wrong choice. So Shin's metagaming. He's trying to metagame Hero by basically doing a style that is like really bad unless the Protoss attacks into you and refuses to make Storm. But Hero actually is making Storm behind this. He might not have a 4th base, but Hero is stalking out, gets higher. And if he makes High Templar and starts gathering energy, which he's already doing, he's in a good spot. But hold on, Banelings. Roaches are engaging on top of these Stalkers. Doesn't run into the stasis traps. Banelings on the right side, but look at that. Probes pull away. Zealots will sacrifice themselves to block most of those Banelings. And that is a good defense. Only loses 2 probes and a few Zealots. Super efficient for so many Banelings. And the problem with Shin's style is against any other Protoss player, this is appallingly bad. And Hero, whenever you put him in a box and say he doesn't make Storm anymore, he attacks at really bad times, that's when he pivots. He takes a 4th. He starts going Immortals and Storm. Hero is always unpredictable. That's the problem. Sometimes for a week, he'll way over attack into Zergs and throw a few games. And then the next week, he'll see what you're doing, see that players have adapted, and he just completely flips his style. Yes, he's been aggressive with Stalkers, but he's happy to take a later 4th base. He's fine to play 3 base against 4 base, because look how well he trades, and he's got Storm Immortal to fall back on. This is amazing. Stalker's got to pull back. Got to pull back. Oh, a lot of Stalkers going down here. Bit of an overcommitment, and oh my god, the High Templar! He loses all of his energy to a Baneling flank. Why is Hero fighting so committed out here? I guess just because he realizes he can? Classic Hero. I would have pulled back and played that so much more cautiously, knowing that the Zerg doesn't have a good follow-up. But Hero, he always plays this matchup on a knife's edge. If he thinks he might be able to take you on in the middle of the map, he'll fight you there. He's not a turtle player. He likes to just get out in the middle, get his hands dirty. Rolls up his sleeves and gets stuck into it. 4th base, going to take the gases now. Goes for the fleet beacon as well. He'll go to that next step. And Shin is stuck on lair tech. Now, obviously, you do need to build 6 High Templar, gather energy as Hero. And his fourth base is a bit exposed on that left side, but look at this. Oracle spotting. Just got to be careful, these Baneling run-bys on this right side, but Baneling run-bys are expensive. Shin with his own new fifth base up on the right side. Ooh. Not great. Cannon and a few Zealots is not what you want for these Banes. I don't like these run-bys, guys. This is just throwing money into the meat grinder. I get you maxed out, but you got to distract him with your main army at the same time. If you're going to do these moves, you got to have your main army running around the left side of the map. He's building spines right now, is Shin. I really think his whole style strategically is wait for Hero to throw his army away, and Hero's just not taking the bait. And Shin's like, oh crap, I better go do something then. He really wanted Hero to just go attack him. He felt like if he hid in his corner of the map and acted scared, he could kind of bait him out, you know? Not able to get it done, though. Now he's got to go for the aggression. Mothership's almost here. Denying the fifth base is not enough. Hero only now sees the attack coming out. Fifth base will go down, but the army is pretty solid. Even with just 3 High Templar, which is, I still think, way too low. He should probably have 5 or 6, at least. Gonna block the Banes, zone the Roaches. Lings on the left run into Cannon High Templar. The High Templar tries to chase them. Does, thankfully, think better of it and turn around. Few Roaches going down. The Immortal Count's good enough to defend this on its own, though. The Oracle does see the Banelings on the left. He warps in around his Zealots. He's happy to trade Zealots for Banelings. Hero on 80 probes. Shin on 76. The Roach Ravager is impotent. No upgrades on this Roach Ravager against 2-1 Protoss. The Banelings running the other direction. They might find a big juicy there. You can see the Roaches distracting on the right side. But even then, the last second split minimizes it to just 9 workers going down. Hero blinks on top of the Roach Ravager Ling Bane because his name's Hero and he likes to do crazy stuff. But, oh my god. Has Hero overcommitted here? Dude, Hero's throwing a lot of army away right now. All he needs to do is chill behind cannons and batteries. He's got a Tempest and a Mothership here. I don't know where Mama is. He's losing a lot of units on the map. He always makes this so much more stressful. I thought this was completely game over, and it still is. But it's like he just has to go out and fight in these dangerous areas. I kind of love it, and I kind of hate it. The Protoss part of my brain is like, dude, just wait for the Mothership. Just wait for more High Templar. And Hero's like, no! And he just drops his guard and runs at the other guy trying to friggin' Superman punch him. Absolute mad lad. Very few safety investments for Hero. But he makes the game fun, and he takes game 1. All right, guys. Hero in the bottom left for T1. Gonna send a probe out just at a pretty standard time. Looks like just a 14 pylon, yeah? Oh, no, he's gonna go... Oh, sorry, that is a 13 pylon. Oh, right. On White Rabbit, this is a map where it's pretty long. So even with a 13 pylon, I think if you go 15 hatchery, I'm pretty sure this doesn't block in time. Hero's famous for not studying the timings on maps. So you'll commit to block on a map where it doesn't work, unless he sends the probe at the very start. I think as long as Shin sees this and doesn't build the drone, he gets 275 minutes. Yeah, this is a classic Hero move, just not paying attention to the map he's on. If you want to block on this map, you have to send the probe across at the very beginning. But Hero not studying his timings, classic. 13 pylon is what you do on smaller maps, guys. You do that on some of the smaller maps, and then if they do build the Overlord before hatchery, you can get the block. But White Rabbit's a big one, so I don't actually know which maps you can do it on and which you can't. I haven't memorized all that, but I usually just go, oh, this is a bigger map. Is this really going to work? And, you know, Hero's still going to be annoying, though. Oh, I would have been tempted to attack that probe there. Even if just with 4, and then depending on which direction he mineral walks away, pull the rest to attack him as well. Back at home, it's Gateway Pylon with a pylon in the center of the wall off. Oh, if he builds a Cyber Core there, is that a full wall? I think it is. This is actually, I like this wall off for Hero. This wall off's actually good. Okay, maybe not. I think that's wide open. Never mind. I was like, if that's a wall off, this is a sick wall off. Because then you can build another gateway in front later, and it's like really good because you can get up your third base without having your wall open. And he puts it down, and I'm like, yeah, that's a gaper, that is. That's about as solid as my build orders are in 2026. I love how, like, I shouldn't be surprised, and yet I still am. Oh, I love it. Hero is so funny, man. Because now you got like a weak point in your wall, but I guess you put a gateway in front later and it's not too bad. There's only a single space gap there. I think he'll probably still put a pylon there, or he could just accept that the wall's open and then just wall this later with a second gate here. It's not usually too stressed. I think the joys, this sort of laziness would get Hero in so much more trouble back when energy recharge wasn't around. But energy recharge really boosts your strength in these sort of situations. I don't think there's any need to bring the queen over. I think you can just keep injecting and just take a different hatchery is fine. Pylon will cancel at the last second. He's already got the value that he needed. Don't think he even chronoed the adept, so quite an economic build for Hero. And should be chronoing this in about 5 seconds when he gets the energy for it. So he hits 50 energy, and let's see how quick he is. Oh, he's busy microing the adept. Gets a tumor. I see a dead creep tumor, guys. We will cancel that shade. It has chronoed the Oracle back at home as well. Already annoying SHIN with these creep tumor snipes. SHIN, actually, I cast a game of him of a ZVT earlier today as well. And he lost a lot of creep tumors to a Reaper in that game. So SHIN might be the Zerg who's struggling with guarding his creep these days. See this beautiful wall off, guys. Love it. Looks like he's thinking about taking that left base. Okay, yes he is. It's kind of tucked away there in a little bit of a corner. Oracle's going to fly in. Number 1 Oracle, will he find damage? There's 3 queens on this map. One spore's finished, another one's building. Third base got quite delayed by that block. See if Hero can turn this into an early whirlwind of harassment. SHIN should be building overlords, but he's distracted right now. And that creep tumor snipe is so big. Because look at this, SHIN's spreading creep away from his expansion. Oracle comes in delayed, gets itself 1 drone, make it 2. And now SHIN's sending every Zergling across the map. What in the world, SHIN? Okay, goes home with his Zerglings. Oh, man. Okay, thankfully, the Lings were close enough. Kira does cancel. Sorry, I saw another Zerg lose a game to just running their Lings across the map and dying to 2 adepts. This is the worst feeling as a Zerg. He's got to chill. He loses a drone and has to cancel an egg. And he's going to lose the Overlord as well. Oh my gosh. Don't get me wrong, he gets the refunds on those, but that's still a lot of lava when your third's is delayed. He also only just started building 5 Overlords. SHIN only built 2 Zerglings, tried to be greedy on his opening. That's why he didn't have enough DPS to kill the pylon. And it's forced him into a third he did not want to take. This is very bad for SHIN. I actually think maybe he should have taken this hatchery up front instead. 6 gate blink coming in. Third Nexus is up. Hero is behind on workers, so that's kind of impressive that SHIN is droned as well as he has. But that's with a very late lair. Rotoran just started. No Evo Chamber, no Hydroden. And these Blink Stalkers are coming, right? We know it's Stalkers. He has to make a choice on how he's going to defend this. And I think the style from the last game looked very weak, especially with the way Hero refused to headbutt into it. Now, the problem for SHIN is he got so distracted when he was already supply blocked on 60, and then the hatchery finished, gave him a little bit of extra supply, which delayed him noticing the supply block. As his normal rhythm was disrupted by that hatch block. This has put him in an awkward position. Exclamation mark bracket if you guys are watching live and you want to see where today's matches are from. Usually have that one up to date during best games. Most days when we're casting replays and whatnot. Otherwise, you can always click the bracket as well if it's a live tournament, and you can just see where we're up to as well. Hydroden. Okay, I do like the Hydroden here. It looks like he's just going to go Ling, Hydra, Rotoran, who's more for safety than anything. Stalker's coming forward. Charge. 6 gases on the way. Hero happy to delay his 4th base. I think that's generally a really good way to play against SHIN. When SHIN had his really big success a few months ago, I really do feel, and even last year as well, when he had a period, I think it was very much based off of players just kind of rushing 4th bases, leaving themselves wide open. Whereas if you do what Hero does, play a bit more aggressive, keep him under your thumb so you see the all-ins coming. It's hard for him to hide what he's doing. And then you kind of just take a 4th only once you figure out what's happening in the game. It's much safer. SHIN is not a late game player. The style's weak against Tesseril, but it's good against SHIN. Hatchery goes down, Lings come in. Stalker's blinked away on the other side of the map. Ling's getting a fair bit of damage, but man, shield batteries are so good, aren't they? No +1 melee on these Zerglings. Managed to get a battery and a cannon, but they Power Force back by the Warp, and 7 more Overlords building. Shin is supply blocked right now. He does have movement speed almost done, but not quite ready. Hatchery has to get cancelled, does get rebuilt. I thought Hero might click on that, actually. Oh, he blinks into a Lynx around, though. Has Hero gone too deep? Not quite able to stop him from wriggling away, though. Wow, I think Shin would be pretty annoyed at how well those Stalkers were wriggling out of trouble. Ooh, okay, we're going to do Roach, Hydra, Zergling, drop all in. Shin says, look, I don't even have a 4th. I'm stuck massing army. I've got to do something with it. Maybe if I can get a big drop into your main. Problem is that drop almost always gets spotted flying past this frontal base. Queen's up front with the Zerglings. Hatchery's going to go down again. It gets killed. No cancel. Oh, Shin is really frustrated now. And he lets the Zealots escape because the Stalkers are distracting him down here. Stasis Trap freezing his Lings. Hero is having his way with Shin in the multitasking, and all he has to do is buy time for Storm. That Storm has just now started. It's nowhere near done. Then again, I think Storm is actually such a fast upgrade, right? 79 seconds. When it comes online, it is very powerful, especially when you account for chronos. You chrono it 2 or 3 times. It becomes a 40, 50 second upgrade, you know? 50, 60 second, I should say. Stalker's pulling to the right side. Hero's down in supply, but he's got a much better future setup. He does not need to defend this 4th. He's just got to defend this army. Shin on 68 worker, 3 base economy, but also 3 base production. He's forgot about his dropper lords. He is in chaos, and he needs to get damage done. Hero wants that spot in the grand finals. Is he going to be able to hold? The Stalker Concave is monumental, and attacking into that Storm. Oh my lord! Vicious engagement. Hero eats a bit of his own Storm, but I think he's happy to. Chasing this entirely unnecessarily, but that is Hero in a nutshell. Unnecessarily dangerous engagements. Now, the supply still looks good for Zerg until you realize he's on no Evo Chamber, Roach Hydra. It's a basic army. Doesn't scale well with time. And he doesn't have any drones up on a 4th base. 4th base isn't even finished. Both sides have their mains half mined out. You can see they are oversaturated. In fact, Shin has transferred his workers already, even over-transferred a little bit. Only left 4 in his main base. Stalkers continue to get pickoffs here, dancing around the map as the Zealots come in looking for expansions and going, what the heck? And I think, you know, most people go, okay, cool, you don't have anything. 9 High Templar. He's going to morph a few of those into Archons, of course, but he's going to be mass Immortal Archon Storm. I just don't think Roach Hydra is going to be able to get through that. Hero is banking 2.5k resources, says chat. I mean, yeah, he's got a lot of minerals. He's only got 8 gateways. Does need to be building a few more pylons, a lot more zealots, and a few gateways should come up. I mean, I think his Nexus getting cancelled as well. It's made things a little bit awkward for him. But he's got plenty of Archons, Immortals, and Storm, and honestly, that's all he needs. The Zealots go in for the counterattack. They'll find the rally of Hydras. Here we go. Storms zoning this army. So many Storms in here. There's just no way you can fight through this as Shin. He knows he's got to put the pressure on, but he's just going to tap out right there. You can't push through that much Storm. A dominating semi-finals win here for Hero.